when you want to be kind of a defense that forces turnovers, creates change plays, negative plays, things like that. And Coach Allen is fond of saying those things can kind of come in bunches a little bit, and sometimes it can feel like it's a little bit dry, and then all of a sudden you'll get a whole bunch at once. But I guess, how do you keep guys from maybe feeling like they got to force that a little bit too much in terms of maybe if you feel like you want to force more turnovers, more sacks, whatever it might be, than you're getting, how do you maybe keep guys from worrying a little bit too much about that kind of thing?
Well, we do want to force it. I mean, we do want to force the issue when it comes to takeaways and negative yardage plays. So that's part of our DNA of what we do every day and from a practice standpoint. So now we want to force the issue within the scheme of our defense and be disciplined in our approach. You can't do someone else's job. And I think a lot of times when you look at the style of defense, as you match routes and things, when you play more vision, in certain situations you get takeaways like the takeaway in Penn State was a vision coverage. When you match routes, a lot of times everybody's covered a lot of times and the quarterback has to scramble. So when you play defenses that mix both of those, it's a little bit, you're going to get some with the more vision. You're going to disrupt the ball and cover guys in more match coverage concepts. And now that we are a blend of both, I think you see, hey, completion percentage is down, takeaways might be down. But then when you play more vision, takeaways go up, but there's a more chance to complete the ball. So it's just a little bit of a give and take in our defense. And we do want to force the issue, but we want to do it in a disciplined way.
Yeah, Coach, when you look at Kenneth Walker, obviously we can see plays, but when
Can you say that again? I can hear you.
Michigan State's top running back, Kenneth Walker.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah, when you look at him as a coach, you see what makes him good. We can all see the runs, but what is it that you see that makes him this productive?
Tremendous vision and patience. He doesn't just plug a gap. He lets the line work from him. He's 8 yards deep at times in the backfield in that pistol set, and he really lets the O-line do their job, and he gets to 3-4 yards to the line of scrimmage and makes an explosive cut and then accelerates full speed. He can go from 0 to 100 in a blink of an eye. And a lot of bigger backs that are that explosive, they're not that patient. He's very patient. He lets the O-line work. He makes a cut, and when he makes the cut, it's full tilt. He has the speed to bounce it and outrun you, and he has the power to run through you or spin out of a couple tackles. And that makes him an extremely versatile back. I think more of his patience, his vision, his ability to explode off a cut are really elite.
Coach, for the most part, you guys have handled the run relatively well this year, other than some gaps here and there. When you look back at it during this bye week through the first 5, how do you feel about how you've handled the running game thus far and who you've liked and maybe where things need to get better in regards to your group in regards to that? I
think we've done a good job, in spurts of, doing a good job of not giving up big runs. The thing that you feel like when you go on a bye, you look at what the explosive runs were, and the ones that popped in my head are the big run versus Iowa, the big run versus Penn State. And in those games, those are big chunk runs of 40-plus yards. And if they did happen, but if it didn't happen, you feel pretty good in those games about your run total. So I think our guys have done a great job with their effort and their passion running to the ball. I thought we've tackled extremely well so far this season. I think we can't give up the explosive or what I call sometimes catastrophic runs. Make them earn it. Make them go 3, 4, 5. Don't give up 50 in one pop. That puts you in a disadvantage on defense. And so to me, I think we've done a decent job of the run, squeezing it, getting TFLs, guys running to the ball. But we can't give up explosive and catastrophic runs during games that gives the offense the advantage and puts them on the other side of the sticks.
You've had some offensive struggles this year with this team. How do you make sure that the defense doesn't try to do too much to try to kind of pick up some of the slack from the offense and just make sure they just do their job and not get out of sorts and try to do too much on the field? Were
you saying offensive struggles of Michigan State?
No, the offensive struggles that IU has had. How do you make sure that the defense, your guys, don't try to do too much and just play within themselves instead of trying to do too much and then lead to mistakes?
Well, one, we got enough of our own issues to worry about. You know what I mean? So for me, it's more about we can focus and control what we control. This is a team deal, right? So it doesn't really matter to me what any other phase is doing personally, right? Our guys have to focus and do their job, control what they can control, and really be, have blinders on when it comes to that. One-track mind, right? Stop the run, limit explosive passes, create havoc, get the ball back for our offense, period. And so to us, I don't know if our guys worry about it or even think about it. We just worry about when defense is up, going and do our job full tilt, and then from that standpoint, play team ball. We got to get the ball back and give it to our offense more so they can go be more effective. We got to steal possessions. We got to create takeaways. We just got to play great defense regardless. Some games we may can only give up 3. Some games we may give up 40. I don't know, but from a team standpoint, we got to do a great job of focusing on us. So we don't ever worry about it. We talk about it on the sidelines during games. If you want to watch a game, go buy a ticket and be a fan. Because when you're on the bench, you're focused on your job until they call your name to go on the field. We don't worry about what's going on in the game.
Just from a injury standpoint, the secondary's had a lot of injuries. Throughout the defense, there's been a lot of injuries. I guess after the bye week, where are you guys at from a health standpoint, and what are the things you're kind of looking for coming into this week just of normal practice?
As we get closer to the game day, we'll know how healthy we are. Appreciate you guys. Have a good day.